And welcome to part 2 of our post-Olympic menage a trois. In this part, we are going to solely talk about the World Cup. Yep, that's right, folks, the World Cup. So, without further ado, here it is, the specialty picks 1 through 8. So the first overall pick goes to Katie, who gets the win via the pick'em via Troy. Katie then gets the second pick by getting the dumper via Troy. CMB will get the third pick, being the champion, via Jenny. Funny, the first 3 picks come from 2 people that are no longer in the league. Salute, Jenny and Troy. Charlie gets the 4th pick by winning the consolation bracket, being the first person in 5 years to beat me in a playoff game. Bob gets the 5th pick by having the MVP because he had Peyton Manning. Let's just hands down admit that that team got it. I get the 6th pick with the least valuable team. I'm going to show you how that works out here in just a moment. Kyle gets 7th place by getting last place in hockey by having Norway. Katie gets the 8th pick by getting the last place in curling by having Germany. Here's where you can see that Katie, by far, is going to be the team that's going to get the number 1 overall pick. So here's what I did for the least valuable team, which I won, so cheers to me. I went through each individual matchup, and I looked at the projections, and then if you met those projections or not. If you didn't, I gave you that score. And at the end, I added up all the totals of your underperformance divided by the amount of games you played, and then just to make sure, I divided by the amount of players you could have played, and I got a number, and that number I ranked you 1 through 12. I didn't really make a slide for it because it's a lot of garbage numbers. Basically, this is the nonsense that I came up with, and I'm going to show you here. See number 1, JB, right there. Apparently 63% or 5.7 of my players that I played underperformed. The best was what? Going up? Jenny, well, who obviously won it. Only 50% of her players underperformed, so it was good. A couple things I want to show you. No one ever got above all their projections. So you can see there's a lot of 3s to 6s. It was pretty common that projections were way off. The best ever was Bob, week 9. He only had 100 projection, so good job there. And then the worst, Bob had week 6 and 12. He had 8. I had 7 and 11. I had 8. And then Charlie actually had 3 at 7, 10, and 13. He had 8 underperformed. But that was really no one had perfect, no one had worse. The one thing I want to say is, in all this, I've looked at every stat. In all this, there's a little side note right here, right? 9.3 by Martellus Bennett by Andy in what week was it? 13? Whatever week it was. Week 12. Week 12. So anyways, that was the only time out of everybody, kid you not, the only time to actually hit their straight projections of 9.3. Crazy, huh? It was either over or under. There's a lot of close ones, but that was the only player to hit straight on. So if you want more proof, I'll bring this in and I'll show you at the draft party August 23rd. So now you've got 1 through 8. Now let's take a little bit of time to explore the 9 through 32 picks. And here we go, folks. It's the snake draft from the opposite, or how you did. So it starts with Katie at number 9, and then you'll see as it goes back to Katie at 32. All right. Take a look so you know where you are. Remember it, because it's important for you. Mazel tov. So here are picks 9 through 20. Pick 9 goes to Katie. Then it's Andy, John, Sam J, JB, Charlie, Kyle, and Bob. And those are the top 16 because, those are next advancing. 17, Eric. 18 goes to Travis. 19, Kara. And 20 to Sam B. These are the most important picks because these are the teams that could either make it or not make it. So these are the ones you want to land. And here are the last 12 picks. 21 goes to Sam B, 22 Kara, 23 Travis, 24 Eric, 25 Bob, 26 Kyle, 27 Charlie. I come in with the 28th pick. Sam J, 29, John, 30, Andy, the 31st, and the final pick, Katie, 32. Here's where you're really trying to find that golden team that's going to not finish in the bottom of the bracket, so that way you at least get some points and not a bottom 8 team. Welcome back. So, coming into the home stretch here, I know you're thinking, JB, how are we going to get 32 picks? What do we got a time frame? How are we going? I'm going to make it pretty simple. I'm going to cut it pretty clear, and I'm going to lay out the rules, and I'm going to be definitive on it right here, right now. So we do have 3 months until the World Cup. So, and I know everyone's busy. Everyone's got school, got work, got family. Sam and I have got wedding coming up. John is, I don't know if he's still out of country. Travis is super busy being a general manager of an arena. So, there's a ton of stuff that everybody's got to do. So, and I respect that. From somebody that's potentially losing his job on Monday and will need to vigorously search for something. Perhaps, not guaranteed, but yeah. Here's how it's going to come to be. Starting March 1st, Katie will be on the clock. She will get the first pick, and she'll be there. Her first pick will be due in 3 days. Okay, so March 1st, 2nd, 3rd. On March 3rd, I need your first pick, Katie. If I do not get your pick on March 3rd, I will then assign you the number 1 overall FIFA ranking team, according to FIFA, on March 3rd. Whatever that is, that's the team you're going to get. And then, Katie, then you get pick number 2. And subsequently, you have 3 days to pick your next team. So, 5th, 6th, 7th, right? On the 7th, if I don't get your team, I'm going to give you the 2nd ranked team according to FIFA on March 7th. And that's just the way it's going to be. You have 3 days to give me your pick, or I'm just going to pick out your team for you by the FIFA rankings on that day. Now, here is the thing. If you're not in the World Cup or that team's already picked, it'll obviously come down to the next one. Why is it important that you want to get your pick in? Well, here's why. USA is technically ranked 13th, which is my pick, which is great. That's a great ranking, right? Unfortunately, they're in the pool with Germany and Portugal, who do rank above them. So, in theory, as much as we want to be American fans, we have to realize that America has it's called the group of death for America. And chances are, there's a good chance. Andy, Charlie, are we going to put this 90% chance that we don't move on in this year's World Cup for like the first time in so many years? And it's just because we just drew a terrible. So if I don't pick 13th and I get stuck with America, I'm praying for a prayer, because I'm going to drop below 16 when I have a golden opportunity to get a team into the tournament. From there, can advance on and give me more points. Plus, not even to mention, Ghana is in that group, and America hasn't beaten Ghana in the last 2 they've knocked us out. So it's kind of ridiculous. It is like the worst group. So I could possibly be having a bottom 8 team with a 13th pick. So it is critical that you get these picks in. I'm trying to develop a website that will allow me to get them in, I could say. But I just don't know if I can or not. I just haven't found somebody to help me out with it. So, That's why I say 3 days, because if everyone has 3 days, 32 picks, that's 90 days. That'll take us from March 1st to June 1st, and then I can make up another video explaining where everybody is. So when you get your notification that it's your turn to pick, you have 3 days to give it to me, or I will pick for you based on the rankings of the official FIFA rankings. It's only fair. I don't have forever. I know time is tight, but I don't have forever to wait. This is the fairest way. So March 1st, Saturday, Katie, you're officially on the clock for your first 2 picks. Well, folks, it's been good. Got some editing to do. I think I got to get rid of 6 minutes of videos. I might make 2 videos. We'll see. But anyways, I'll see you on the Fantasy Gridiron.